When Davros appeared for the first time in New Who, he had a new design that appeared to be an updated version of his iconic appearance in Classic Who, with his life support chair appearing in its classic black and silver coloration, albeit with a new bulkier base that was more in keeping with the bronze Dalek design. Davros now had a more robust back support array, and though his microphone was missing, he appeared to have had his vocal cords enhanced with cybernetics that retained his electronic sounding voice. That wasn't the only new cybernetics that Davros possessed in his updated form, however. His hand is depicted as being entirely robotic, a deviation from the classic look for Davros seen in Genesis of the Daleks, Destiny of the Daleks, and Resurrection of the Daleks. However, the presence of this robot hand is actually an idea that was implemented by the creative team in order to maintain continuity, as we see in Revelation of the Daleks that Davros actually loses his biological hand on Necros, when Bostock, Squire of Orsini, shoots off Davros' hand with a well-aimed laser pistol blast, which completely destroys Davros' hand and prevents him from activating his new generation of Necros Daleks, giving the regular Daleks time to break through Davros' defences and take him into custody. When we next see Davros in Remembrance of the Daleks, he lacks a hand, appearing as a simple head and torso wired into the Emperor Dalek shell. The Doctor actually comments on this, remarking that Davros had discarded the last vestige of his humanoid form. However, Davros had previously replaced his lost hand with a prosthetic much earlier than this, almost immediately following his ordeal on Necros in fact, as the ship carrying him to trial would actually end up crashing on Lethe, leaving Davros and a handful of his damaged Necros Daleks as the only survivors. Davros would salvage the base of one of his destroyed Daleks to repair his damaged life support chair, and a nearby human colony on the planet had all the medical technology Davros needed to replace his missing hand with a functional prosthetic.
Time does not always heal, Doctor.
I take it that the new base was salvaged from one of your Necros Daleks? And what about that hand there?
Rather impressive for human technology, don't you think?
There really isn't very much left of you, is there?
Initially a simple claw, the mechanical hand would later be upgraded by Davros to become a full-fledged hand, which would become his primary means of interacting with the control systems on his chair well into the Time War and beyond. As seen in New Who, Davros' new hand also allowed him to shoot bolts of electricity from his fingertips, an ability that he inexplicably possessed when his hand was biological, and one that ultimately set in motion a series of events that would ensure the downfall of his empire in the Medusa Cascade. What do you think of Davros' robot hand? Let me know in the comments below.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to
Dalek Bumps.